Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Areli and this is Areli Budgets. Welcome to my channel. Thank you all so much for being here. Today we are budgeting our first paycheck in the month of March and I'm so excited for this month. I think this is going to be a month of big things to come for my financial journey. So I can't wait to share with I'm so excited I can't even talk. I can't wait to share that with you all. So, but for today, we're working on what are we doing? We are working on my first paycheck in the month of March. So a budget by paycheck. And the money already hit my account. It was $24.82. It's a little bigger than normal because, well, I'll just give you kind of like, I don't know, I guess a sneak peek, if you will. There's a bonus check that I'm expecting. And then my boss suggested that I zero out like my 401k contributions. That way, like it's a legit bonus pay rather than it going to all the different things that, I don't know. I think it's just a 401k because I'm pretty sure all the other things wouldn't get deducted from that pay. That's just my thinking, because he didn't advise anything on that, so I don't know, but he did advise to zero out my 401k contribution, and I think it also affected this paycheck, and so I think that's why it's a little bit higher. So $24.82. I already did this budget, guys. I'm sorry I got ahead of myself. I was really excited and I wanted to get going. I didn't have the time to film, but so we'll just review it together and just pretend like I'm writing everything in. Mortgage, I will be setting aside, and there's really no easy way to do it. I'll be setting aside, per usual, my half of my contribution for this mortgage. A little bit more than half, actually. I contribute $1,025, more or less, to the mortgage. And so half of that, I'm going to put $525 on this paycheck and the next 500 on the following paycheck. That's just the way I do it because otherwise one paycheck is very bill heavy. I'm also setting aside $330 for my association dues for my condo. Well, I guess this is a good moment to talk about it. I wasn't really prepared or wanting to talk about it just yet, but typically I set aside $270 per paycheck. 270 plus 270 for a total of $540 monthly to cover my condo's cost, which is basically mortgage and association fees. I'm anticipating that in the month of April, I won't have a mortgage payment due and that I will only be responsible for this $330. So that is all I'm putting on here. It seems more than usual, but because I usually set aside $270 and $270, but really over the month it's $540. I'm anticipating that this is the only amount I will have to put towards my condo the whole month. So yeah, so let's just keep it at that for right now. Phone, I'm setting aside $180, Spotify the $25. Let's do the math real quick. $525 plus, don't mind those notifications, I'm on call for work. $1060, which is what we have here, and if we subtract $1060 from my income is $24.82 is $14.22, and yes, I did my math right. So next up is groceries, and for groceries I'm budgeting my usual $150, eating out my usual $100, gas, which is gas for the car, $75, spending is $50, and other, which is like miscellaneous, unbudgeted or whatnot, $25. This is pretty standard. You'll see I always budget for this. I like my budgets to be as standard as possible, so I try to kind of replicate the same amounts time after time. So the total, I know it by heart already. It comes out to $400 if we subtract from 400 from 422. I could do that in my head, guys. 1022. You're probably like, what is she doing? Yeah, I was able to do that in my head, believe me. 1022 is what we have left over for savings goals, and I do always set aside an extra $500 to go towards savings for my extra condo. This is also probably the last time that you will see this budgeted for, like barring like something outlandish happens with my bonus pay. I will be finishing off my condo payoff this month, and I'm expecting that this is the last $500 that will go in extra savings towards that goal. So like I said, big month for me, big month for my finances. I'm so excited. I will need $150 to replenish some of my buffer / savings. So I'm setting aside money for that, and I'm setting aside the usual $250 for my savings challenges. And I've done the math. So 1022 minus 150 minus 250. 1022 minus 500 minus 150 minus 250. That brings me down to $122, which is the money that I will set aside in my buffer. Actually, a last minute change. No, I was thinking about my son's birthday, which originally I thought would have to come from my paycheck, but I think I have enough money in my envelopes already to cover that gift. So let's leave $122 in my checking account as a buffer, which basically is just another form of savings. And so that means that in total, we can verify 150 plus 250 plus 122 is 1022. And if we subtract that from this 1022, which was what we had left over, we have a zero-based budget. A lot of these are going to be electronic transfers. For example, my home mortgage payment that stays in my savings account until I'm ready to pay for that and on the first of the month of the upcoming month. And then this association fees, same thing. That will stay in my savings until I'm ready to pay for that sometime like in the last quarter of the month. Phone, I do withdraw this 180, 120, and 25. So that's a total of 205 that I will pull for this section. I pull all this money, which is basically $400, and from here the only thing that I'm pulling in cash is $250. So the extra condo was an electronic transfer. Same thing with replenish, and then the buffer just stays in my checking account. So I added up these totals, which is the total that I'm pulling in cash, and it adds up to $855. That is the amount that we're going to be cash stuffing. So ignore this. I do not have any debt, thank God. I was a fairly responsible young adult, and I didn't incur major debt for going to school, for going off to college, and I didn't incur like major credit card debt. So I try to pay off my credit card every month. I do use my credit card, but I pay it off every month, and I try to keep a zero balance. Which is not to say that I've always done this, but even in my like wilder years, younger years, I was still pretty financially responsible. So it never got out of hand is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's my budget. Excuse me if I rambled, but like I said, I'm super excited for what's to come. Hopefully I have an extra budget with me this month so I could show you how I'll be paying off my condo. Keep your fingers crossed for me. think that's all I have for you. I am going to be batch recording. The cash stuffing for this paycheck is coming up, and then we're going to be playing some savings challenges with the money that we allocated here. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and see y'all next time. Bye.